Alright guys, how are you doing today? It's another gorgeous day here in Illinois, and I'm sitting here in the garage trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. I've got a few things I can do on this car here, which I think are going to consist of, I'm going to change the seating position, and since I got the welder now, I think I'm going to go ahead and make the bracket for the throttle cable, and my exhaust tubing should be showing up I think Wednesday, so you guys will probably see that on Thursday. I'm going to wax this car, but I don't know if I'll get to that today. Get it all freaking nice and shiny, and it's not going to take much because it's already freaking shiny as hell. So I think that's what we're going to do. I got the puppy out here with me. Get some camera time, pup. Get some camera time. Look at you. Look at you. Can you give me a paw? Can you give me a paw? We're working on it. She can't give me the paw quite yet. So I think that's what we're going to do today. Maybe install the seat belts if I can, at least the driver's side seat belts, if I can get the seat sitting where I want it to, and then maybe we'll go ahead and install the dash today. So that's where we're at. That's the plan. So here we go. All right, we're gonna get started on moving the seat down. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see this, but basically gonna take these two front bolts. There's one there and one over here in the corner. You can't see very well. We're gonna move it down a notch, which I should be able to, from this hole to this hole. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Not probably going to bring you guys along for that because that's a pretty simple process, but I'm going to go ahead and move that down, see how it feels, and catch back up with you guys here in just a minute. Alright, so I got the seat moved down one notch. Let's see, down in there, that bolt there and that bolt over there, just moved it down from the bottom one. Feels a lot better. Before I was kind of sitting up more of an angle, kind of like this. Now it's, sitting a little bit more level, so it feels way better. And then now I'm gonna get the seat belts out, and I'll show you guys those, and we will look into install. I know I'm gonna have to drill a few holes and whatnot to be able to install them. Puppy, what are you doing? Oh, you're gonna trip me. Where's she at? There she is. Puppy was trying to trip me. So this is the one I want. So these are our belts. So that's a shoulder belt. That's our other shoulder belt. One side belt, other side belt, and our center belt. So we got these that we can drill holes and install to be able to put this on and run that up and through. So let's kind of take a second and gonna look at where we want to mount these up, and then we'll get them mounted up. Alright guys, so I had to do a little bit of trickery there to get these to mount in, which, keep in mind, they're not like, they're out of date, so they're just kind of in here because I don't have seat belts in here. So what I had to do is actually, if I can get this out the way, I actually had to bend that guy 90 degrees so I could mount him to the bolts in the chassis. So So now they come up and they fit pretty good. So pretty happy with that. Not sure how I'm going to install the shoulder straps because I don't have a harness bar or anything in there right now. And they don't have any like connection points where I can just bolt them to something. So not sure what I'm going to do there. I gotta figure that out. Maybe I can find something to wrap them around. Maybe I can put a temporary harness bar in until I get the cage in. You know, maybe this, maybe that, who knows? I don't think there's really anything back here to be able to strap them to really, so I don't think that's gonna work. And so we might just have to run the lap strap for now, but some seatbelt's better than no seatbelt, so that'll work. So now that the seat's been moved, the straps, well at least the waist straps are in, we'll move on to making a bracket for the throttle cable, which is gonna be a little tricky. We're gonna have to widen this. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a hole right here. I'm gonna have to widen that out a little bit so that the cable doesn't rub, and get that all situated. And then I'm actually gonna modify this bracket here to go in, and it'll probably get welded. I don't know, something kind of like that maybe. So that's what we're gonna shoot for, see if that'll work. If not, plan B. Don't know what plan B is quite yet, but I'm sure we'll come up with one. All right, so before I get started working on this bracket for the throttle cable, I need to pull this passenger side header off. So I got a stuck stud in it, and I need to get that out so that when the exhaust tubing comes, I'm ready to put the exhaust tubing in. I don't know where I'm gonna be able to put you guys here so it stays. This is what I was talking about. This stud here is broken off. So instead of trying to drill it out, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a relief cut and see if I can just punch it out like that. So I'm going to come over here to where I got the angle grinder at. Floor. What you got up here? So, we got a relief cut there. Now, see if we can't just punch that heat, put some heat in that thing, and punch it out. So, take this guy. Alright, now see if we can't punch that thing out. Sweet. Now, we got the stud out. Take that over to the welder. We'll weld that back up. We'll be good to go. So, go ahead and bring it over to our table here. Set you guys over here. So we got it all set up here, and we're just gonna weld that little crack that I just put in it to get that stud out. Alright, so now we got our crack welded up there. We can go ahead and reinstall the header, and then we're pretty well, I'm just going to put a bolt through it instead of putting another stud in it. It'll work just as well. So we're good. Can go ahead and reinstall the header and put the spark plug wires back on, and then we can work on making the bracket for the throttle cable. After I make the bracket for the throttle cable, I think all we're waiting on is the exhaust, which should be here Wednesday, like I said. So here we go. Alright, so I got the header reinstalled and the coil packs back on. Figured I didn't need to bring you guys with me for that because it's pretty straightforward. And I guess you saw me take it off just a minute ago. So next thing we got to tackle is our throttle cable bracket. Once we get that done, we can button all that up, and we're pretty well good to go as far as just waiting on the exhaust. I got to put the dash in and wire in some gauges, but other than that, you know, that's easy stuff. That's will be done in the engine bay besides exhaust after I get the throttle cable bracket made. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that right now, and here we go. Alright guys, sorry about that. My battery died kind of while I was right in the middle of filming, so it kind of tore me up and spit me out. But I ended up not having to make a throttle cable bracket. I actually found an existing hole in the firewall that it just happened to fit into. So I ended up just bolting it straight through the firewall onto that. And as you can see here, let's actually see if I can set you guys up here somewhere. Stay. As you can see, we have full throttle. Need to put I'll have to put a return spring on that, and I still got to get something to actually make that complete. That's just kind of jerry-rigged so I could test to make sure I could get full throttle. So the throttle cable's good. I'm happy with that. I thought I was gonna have to spend a bunch of time making a bracket, but as it turns out, I can just go through the firewall like the stock one did. So that's what I ended up doing, and it seems to be working all right. We may have to change it at a later date. We'll see. But for now, I'm gonna roll with it. So let's recap. We got the belts installed, the header drilled out, and got that broken stud knocked out, and we got the throttle cable put on. So that's pretty good for today. There might be something else, I don't know, but for now I think we're gonna call that good. So like, comment, subscribe down below, and we will see you in the next one.